guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa, and I am doing another video today. We have been making this album here and we have worked our way through these pages, and today I'm going to do this one. So I'll just put this away for the moment. This is a 4-page Esencia album. So Esencia is a set of SVG files that you can use to make mini albums. SVG files are scalable vector graphic files for electronic cutting machines, and I have done a whole introductory video on the Esencia and gone through the book and shown you all the screenshots and that sort of thing. So I will try and remember to link it to this video so you can go and check it out. I refer to this book, and these are screenshots of the SVG files. There are 27 files from memory, and the blue pieces themselves are the elements or the pieces themselves that you cut out of cardstock, and the pink pieces that are sitting on top are the mats. So there's binding and a cover for a 2-page, a 4-page and a 6-page album, and also in portrait and in landscape. So you don't need to do any measuring or scoring if your electronic cutting machine does scoring for you, and it will do all the cutting for you as well, and all the pieces fit together perfectly. So I'm using this set today. I'm also using this set of add-on window pockets. So these ones are Flourish, and they have a design like this, and you can put acetate or vellum, scrapbook paper. I'm using glitter paper for this album. Anything you can think of that you'd like to, you can just pop under there, and it just, yeah, well, it looks really good. I think so. And then I'm also using this paper pack, which is a digital download. There's 14 in this set, and that's what I'm also using for this album. So all of these are available from my Etsy store. So anyway, I've already cut out all these pieces, so let me show you what I've got. And I have got a little list here of everything that I've cut out. It's all on here. So I'll put that this list in the description box down below, so you don't have to remember what I've used or write it down. It's all sitting there for you. So I always start with the L3 base page mat. We've already put our pages in, so I just need the mat, and that is that one there. And then I have got an N1 pocket, which is this one here that I've cut out of white cardstock, and then the N3 mat, which is just paper clipped on top here. So that's an N1 pocket and an N3 mat. And then I have the O2 pocket. I should mention I've given everything in alphanumeric labels so that you would know which pieces I've used, but I'm using O2. I've cut out 2 of those, and I've cut out 2 of the O4 mats, and that's those 2 there. So they're ready to go. And then I have got an S2 pocket, which is this little guy here, and the S5 mat for that I've already cut out. The S3 pocket and the S6 mat that I've got here that I've already cut out. And then I have got 2 of the V1 pockets, which is here. And I have 4 of the V2 mats, and that's these guys here. And then I have the X3 envelope flip and the X7 mat for that. And that's this one here. And then out of the Flourish, I have cut out, whoops, one of the N1 pockets and one of the N3 mats. So this is the N1 pocket, and I've already attached the mat because it takes a little minute. I use my fine line here with some glue in it, and I run it around all of the little flourishes, and then I stick the mat down, as you can see already, so that just to save a bit of time. So that's the N1 pocket and the N3 mat out of the glitter. And then I have also cut an X3 window envelope flip out, and the X7 mat for that. So that's all there. Okay, so we can put that away, and we can start putting things together. So I do need to cut a few tabs off some things, so we don't need to worry about that one. This one we don't need to worry about. This one here, the 202s, I'm going to cut the top and the bottom tabs off this one. We're going to leave this one just as it is. And I'll just put little crosses on where I'm cutting things off just to remind me. This one here, I'm not cutting anything off. This one here is my S3, and I'm actually going to cut all the tabs off that one, so I can leave that one out. These are the two V1s. I'm going to use those as flips from one short side, so I'm going to cut off the two long tabs and the side tab off both of those. Then this little guy here, my X3 envelope, I'm going to cut that tab off, so I'll leave that guy there, and that's it. So I'm just going to get out my cutting board and quickly trim off all of those. So this is the only cutting I have to do, and it's just so that I've created the SVG files with tabs all the way around so that you could use them for more than just one thing. So I'm just going to line up my score line, and for this one I've lined up my score line. That's where I'm going to cut it, but I'm just going to push it over just a little smidge because it's going to back the other little X3 piece that we have, and I want to make sure that it folds over properly. So that one's ready to go. And then these ones I will just line up that score line on my cutting guide and trim it off. So I will just go around and cut these pieces off that I've showed you, and then I'll come back and we can start putting it all together. This won't take a minute, but it's not very exciting viewing, I fear. It's a bit like matching, not always the most exciting thing. Yeah, so I'll be back shortly. Alright, so I'm back and I have cut off the tabs off all of the pieces that I needed to cut the tabs off. So I think we'll put some things together, and then once we've done that, we will put it in our album. So to start with, I'm going to use these pieces here to make a half pocket page. So these are the 202 pieces. So this is going to flip out from the side of the album, like so, but I want to make it into a pocket. So I'm going to attach this one to this one to make a pocket. I kept this side tab and I'm just going to glue it down. So I kept it because I don't have to cut it off. I can just glue it down, but also because it's a pocket, it is going to make it a little bit stronger. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. Squish that glue out. I'm not using my craft mat because I'm using this white cardstock, and it seems like no matter how much I'm just going to do the same thing with one of these long tabs as well. Doesn't seem to matter how much I clean it with this white cardstock, it just seems to leave marks on my white cardstock. So I'm just using this piece of paper for now, for this album. And I have to go out and get myself a new craft mat. Okay, so this is going to be our pocket here, like so. So and this is the one that's going to flip off the page. So if I just turn this over, I'm going to fold in these remaining 3 tabs and glue it down on here like so. So let's just do that, shall we? So I'm just going to put some glue along this tab. I might start with the long tab, how about that? And I'm just going to line it up and glue it on here. Not very well, so I have to turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Tab's getting in the way. Oh, come on. Okay, and I'll just squash that down, make sure it's well attached and it's not going anywhere, and then I'll just do these two here, like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold this one over, line it up, and squash it down, give it a burnish. There we go. Okay, so there's a half pocket page, nice and easy. I think I may as well put the mat on that now. Where are the mats? They're in here somewhere. These ones here. So I actually did a print and cut with these and I didn't line up the pattern very well, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's going to really be able to tell. I'm going to put it this way though, I think. It's funny, it looked fine on screen, but it's got this line all the way down here and it's got these lines in between here, but I'm just going to live with it. Some creative embellishing will sort that out, I think. I'm just trying to think before I stick the mats down which way the page opens. Okay, it's going to go this way. We're going to stick this guy along here so the page is opening this way. Sometimes it pays to know that. Is that the way I want it to go? Or should I put it this way? Talk about indecision. So this glue that I'm using for my matting is just an acetone based glue. And this is just what's available in Australia. It's just called Crafter's Choice Craft Glue or something like that. Craft something or other. And then I use that for my matting. Did not do a very good job of getting that straight. And then I use this Helmer Tiger Grit glue, and I've just put it in this little bottle, and I tend to use that for gluing together the actual pieces of cardstock themselves. Okay, so then I'll flip it over and I can put the mat on this side as well. So which way did we decide, Katie? Like that. I'm not sure that's correct, but that's the way it is now. I don't think it really matters. Whoops. I feel like my last few videos have been a bit of a kerfuffle. So I'm hoping today this one will be okay. Okay, so that's that mat. Okay, so that's going to be a half pocket page. Now on this side I'm going to put a pocket, and I'm going to use this N1 pocket, the Flourish one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I can just glue that tab down because that's going to be the side where the pocket is. So let's do that. Just give it a burnish, make sure it's stuck down, and get the glue off my bone folder and off there. And then we can just fold in these tabs and put some glue on them. And pop this down here. So this is our spine side that I'm sticking it on. Oh, got glue all over my fingers. So, just get that glue off my finger before I touch anything else. I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and firmly attached. So far so good. Like so. Okay, so that's our half pocket page already go. I've got glue all over there. So I'll put that one to the side, and then I wanted to create a little envelope that's sitting on a belly band. So these are the pieces that I'm going to use for that. Let me get rid of these paper clips. Pop those over there, and there's this little guy here and this little guy here. So the S3 piece is going to be the back of our envelope. This I'm going to use to mat inside our envelope. So let's just go ahead and do that. So this is the S3 pocket, and I cut all of the tabs off it. And we're just going to put a little mat down here, like so. So on top of the envelope, I'm going to use this little X3 flip, and that's just going to sit on top like so. So we can go ahead and glue that on. So I'll just put some glue on this tab. And pop that on there. Line it up. Fold it over, make sure we're happy with where it's sitting. Could be over a smidge, probably too late. I think it is. This glue does not give me much time to think about things, but it is also really strong. So, you know, it's just, I'm just going to trim this little bit off here where I did not line it up. There. Okay. So then this guy here, S2, is going to be our pocket that sits on here like so. So I'm just making sure that I've got the right orientation, which is that way. So I'm going to fold this tab down and glue it like we have done for all our little pockets. So I can just glue that tab down. And then I'm just going to fold them all in and glue this little guy down onto here like so. So we can do that. This is the little S2 pocket. And we're going to glue him down. Going to try. Down. Lovely. Okay, this little X3 piece here, I'm just going to glue on top of here to make that nice and neat. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I might use this glue for that. So I'm just going to pop him straight on top of here. Just gives it a neat finish and sort of reinforces that flap. So I'll just go around the edges. I do love making little envelopes. Okay. So now I want to put a magnet on here and a magnet on here. I've got very excited about using magnets since finally getting some. So I'm going to put the magnet, I think I'm going to put him about here because I don't want him too close to the edge of the mat, and then I can put my mat on top. So let's do that. Like so. These little pieces I thought were pretty handy to use the pattern filling Cricut, because then I could cut out lots of little pieces and just use the pattern fill rather than printing out entire sheets and then having all these funny little scraps lying around. So I don't know, I can't say I do it very often. And it has its ups, it has its good sides and its bad sides. So, but because I just wanted to use, these are just such little pieces, I thought it was the way to go. Okay, so then this one here, just make sure it's got the right polarity. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there and I'll just flip him over. And now I can see where he has to go. Whoops, I'll put some more glue down. And flip this one over and put it on there. Like so. And then I can put the mat on top. So this is the S5 mat. And it's going on my little S2 pocket to make our little envelope. Okay, so now I'm going to pop that down on there. Easy peasy. Apart from that gluey mess there in the corner. What a surprise. Okay, so then we've got a little envelope. Snap. Alright, I'm just going to leave it open to dry. So I want to put that little envelope in the centre of a belly band. So I'm going to use this N1 piece, which is actually a long narrow pocket, but I'm going to use it as a belly band. So I'm just going to glue both of those sides in for extra reinforcement. So let's do that. Extra reinforcement, and so we don't have to cut them off. Fold that in and burnish it down. And the same on this side. Burnish it down. I didn't do a very good job of that, did I? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, let's flip him over and we can put the mat on top of that. I've got gluey fingers. So I'm going to use this one here. This is the N3. I've written it on the back just in case you thought I had some kind of photographic memory. I don't. But I do know this is the N1 pocket. And this is the N3 mat. So if you were looking at these files, you get a PDF guide that has all of those screenshots in it, so you can easily refer to that yourself. Okay, so there's our belly band, and I want to put this guy on there in the middle. So I have to find the middle. My ruler. I'm just going to find the middle of my piece here that I'm going to use as a belly band, and it is 23 centimeters long, so 11.5 is the middle. Like so. And then this guy is an awkward 11.5 centimeters, so 5.75 base, 5 point, that's about the middle there. So we basically want it to go like that. So if I just put a little line there and there, and then I line it up here and here. I think that's about right. So we're going to leave a little bit on each side. I'll tell you what, let's put the glue on here. Let's do that. Down to this line. Across there. I'm trying not to put too much glue on. Famous last words. Okay. About there, and then maybe just squidge it over a bit. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that'll do. Just noticed I've got a bit of I didn't line up this little bit here very well, so I'm just gonna trim that off a little bit because it's annoying me. I do a much better job of this when I'm not doing a video, when I'm taking my time. Okay, so now let's just give that a burnish on this side, make sure it's stuck down. Okay, so there's our belly band with our little envelope. Cute as a button. Okay, and then the only other thing I was going to do was make these two guys here into flips off this side of my page. So we've got something attached on this side of the page, we'll have our belly band in the middle, and then we'll have these two flips on this side of the page. So I'm going to round my corners, because that always looks nice. Like so. Okay, so they're going to come off the sides like that. I think I might use the flowery bit on the front, and then I might just flip it over. I just can't decide. I think I'm going to go that way. Yeah, I think that one might be. I think do they join together? Don't know if they do. Anyway, so I need to just round these corners, and I can knot these like so, and then I'll put these guys on the back, so I need to round the corners on some of these, and these aren't directional, so it doesn't matter which parts I round. Like so. Okay, so I will just stick these mats on. Okay, so I have matted these two little flips nice and easy, and we have done our belly band with our little envelope on, and we've done a half pocket page, so, and we've got our mat for our base page, so I'll just pop those to the side and bring out my album. So we're getting there with this album. So let's see, we want to put this half pocket page on our page like this, and I'm just butting it up against this score line, not flat against the spine, but against the score line like so. So I just need to run some glue down that tab, and it's all ready to go. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up along here and there. Give me a minute, glue. Wow. Okay, I'll flip that over. I'll give that a burnish, make sure that it's well stuck down. And a glue bit. Okay. And then on this side, we're going to have these two flips coming out. So, I don't suppose it matters which way they go. I'm just going to put some glue on this little tab. And pop that one down on that, right on that edge of the page. Right on the edgy edge. Make sure it's lined up pretty well at the top. Excellent. Flip it over. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to line it up and glue it down. So let's do that. So then we have these two flips that come out. Might need to bring it in a little bit so that we can make sure that it will allow the top one to flip over. So there's just a little squidge there that you can, of the page you can see, but not much, a millimetre. Okay, so then we have our two flips, and then on the inside we can put down our centre mat, our base page mat, and then we just have to put our belly band down, and that is that page done. Oh, feeling good about that. So this is our L3 mat that's going on the base page. So I haven't done any embellishing yet, and I haven't made any inserts or anything. I usually leave that to the end. So just building my pages at the moment. So we won't have anything to put in our half pocket page right now, but that's okay. We'll do it later. I have to think of some different kinds of inserts that we can do. Didn't line that up very straight. Oh well. No, not happy with that. Off you come. Let's do that again. Let's try and get it straight this time. Might need a bit more glue, surprisingly. It's cold here in Perth at the moment. Well, you know, as cold as Perth gets. It is currently, well, my temperature gauge in my room says it's 23, so it's not that cold in the room. I feel like I've just made a mockery out of myself. But anyway, this glue seems to be drying super fast these days. It's not giving me much time to think about things. And then one of the reasons that I like this glue is because it gave me a bit of time to think about it, but not so much. Okay. Luckily it gave me time to pull it off and stick it back down again. Okay. Missing a little section. I'm just going to use a little bit of this glue for this corner. Okay, looking good. Right, so now we just have our belly band. So I just want to find out where the center of my belly band is, which is actually a pocket, but now it's a belly band. So this is 6 centimeters wide, so I'm just finding the halfway point, because there's nothing I hate more than something that's off center. So my page is 18 centimeters, so 9 centimeters there, 9 centimeters there. So then I can just put some glue on these 2 tabs. And line up those little marks at the top and at the bottom and at the top. There's that mark, there it is. Something like that. Oh, gluey fingers, Katie, gluey fingers. Okay, get my gluey fingers off, give it a burnish, make sure it's nice and adhered. And that is our page done. So we've got this cute little envelope in the center, and we've got space underneath for our insert. Get that glue off. We've got 2 little flips. And then we have a half pocket page and the pocket there. I think that's looking fabulous. So that's the next page done. Let me get rid of all of these glue bottles. And we only have 1, 2, 3 pages to go. The inside covers and some inserts. So that's rocking along pretty well. I really love this flourish and the glitter. I think it's looking really spiffy. It looks so... and I haven't shabbied it up at all in terms of inking everything, and I actually really like it. I think it's looking really nice, and I hardly ever use white cardstock, and I'm enjoying that white cardstock as well. So it's all going pretty well. So if you would like to subscribe to my channel so you can see the rest of this album being made, or you can go and have a look at all of the other albums and things that I've made using SVG files, that would be fantastic. If you want to go and check out the Esencia SVG files and the Flourish SVG files and the Shabby Roses paper pack, they are all available from my Etsy store, and I'll put the link to that down below. Otherwise, thanks very much for your time today, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon, and bye for now. Bye. Bye. Bye.